lately. I thought about how good this life is back in the day. It wasn't always like this. I think about the things we done been through. I think about the place that I come from. It wasn't always easy, so every day I'm thanking God for the beautiful people everywhere I go. I just need to see your smiling faces at my show, and when you feel the real love from. What's going on, people? It's the real Charlemagne from Brick City, and I got a special co-host today. We vibing together. Speak up, MOVYBE. How you doing?
Yes, I'm doing great. This is Lady Mo with the MOVYBE radio show, where it's always that good vibe, that real vibe. And today we're bringing you a together vibe. How about that, Mr. Real Charlemagne?
I feel you. I appreciate that. Hey, you got any shout outs today?
Absolutely. I always shout out to God, to my kids, to my mom and dad, my siblings, and none other than the listeners who are listening to us today.
All right.
What about you?
Awesome. Yeah, Brick City always, first and foremost, gotta salute the sponsor, DesKoodChocolate.com. Chocolate made with a mom's touch. Always family and friends, always up there, and everyone listening. They're my special people anyway. Another shout out to everybody out there that's fighting lupus. It's Lupus Awareness Month, so you guys keep fighting. You're not in the fight alone. And that's about it, Mo. So what you got today?
Well, I would like to give a final shout out, and that is, my understanding is Mental Health Awareness Month as well. So that's real deep this time of year, this season, especially with COVID. So for all those who are fighting mental health disorders and diseases, just know that you're not fighting by yourself. That's all I have for the shout out.
That's cool. That's cool. But I think today, I think a lot of people is on a lot of people's mind right now is money and business. You know a little bit about
Absolutely.
that?
They call me Mo Money. Just a little bit. I definitely agree. People are trying to figure out how to keep hope alive, how to get out of the struggle, how to stop backpedaling. Definitely, we have a lot of businesses. I've talked to several people who are trying to launch businesses, and they're just trying to connect with the right people so they won't waste money and waste time.
Right. I think that's a big issue. Just connections and networking. My kids, they even way back when, they called me like, Dad, you always talking to people. I'm like, that's the key to networking. You gotta go out there and you gotta talk to people. Just a small conversation could lead to millions of dollars.
Exactly. Connecting with the right people.
Exactly.
I agree.
Because you never know who a person, I try to take everyone for face value, if you got on, because a person could have on a Birkenberry bag on his shoulder and red bottom shoes, but don't know how to run a business.
Right. I think the biggest thing too is not having their paperwork straight. A lot of people have that, like, the idea, and they have the final product. It looks pretty, it looks lavish, it looks like it gives you credibility. But if you don't have focus and you don't have your paperwork straight, then you run into a lot of problems with legalities, and especially if something happens and things go wrong. It's okay when things are right because people are not watching you and they're not scrutinizing you. But when things go wrong and you have to deal with the government, you have to deal with the state, local officials, that's when people want to holler for help. But a lot of times that's when it's too late.
Yeah. That's never been one of my strong suits. So, typically I would always find like interns, nugget for you people out there that's listening, interns, and stop focusing on, focus on what you're good at. Stop trying to do accounting if you're not good at math. Stop trying to do bookkeeping if you're not good at organization. Because I think that's a problem a lot of businesses, have an issue with. It's like, instead of trying to do everything yourself, take those little extra dollars, find your intern,
or outsource it to another business. Mo, what do you think about that?
I think the reason why people, and I'm guilty. I've done this myself. You try to become the jack of all trades, but you end up becoming the master of none. Because you're trying to save money. So you say, well, I'll do it myself. I do it myself. You go and take all these classes, but what you'll find is as your business grows, you don't have the time, even if you have the knowledge. So I
Mm-hmm.
would definitely agree with you when it comes to having that. I know when I went to class, one of those things they told me was go ahead and get you a good banker, establish a relationship with a good attorney, and have a couple of people in your box that you can pull on. You know, if it's repair people, if you have a facility that you're not going to need repairs, go ahead and establish relationships with those people so that you can call on them. I think that we don't want to spend the money because we're trying to look out for the bottom line. But in essence, when you don't have the right people doing the right things for you, you end up spending more money to correct it. So put the right people in
Exactly,
place,
exactly.
definitely from the beginning.
It's just like me in my home. You know, I pay somebody to cut my grass.
And
Because
to
I'm like at the point in my life, I feel like my time is more valuable. You know, that's an hour of my day. I could spend focusing on this show, for instance, um, making products, or just helping someone in the community. Um, so I'm like that in all aspects of life, in business and my personal life. I say I feel like if I don't want to do it, or I feel like it's not something that's going to be in my best interest, yeah, I pass it on to someone else. And I think sometimes it's about humbling yourself as well.
true, true. And I'm definitely learning that because the other part is when you're doing something that's not your specialty, you end up wearing yourself out doing the things that you don't specialize in when you should be saving your energy for the thing you do specialize in.
Hmm. Yeah. But so speaking of specialization, what do you specialize in,
Gotcha.
Miss Mo?
I specialize, I would definitely say, in training, and my other specialty is in doing paperwork. I hate to say it, but I love organizing. Well, I must say I love organizing, period, because I like to see things pretty. I like to see them neat. I like to see things fluent as well, bring in order. And so when it comes to organization management, I definitely dig my heels in when it comes to between home and business and paperwork. And then what I do is once I organize it, I train other people on not only how to keep it organized,
Hmm.
but when it comes to like business management, how to develop systems because that's what makes the business where you're not just self-employed. Okay,
Right.
so I'm self-employed, I got my own business, but that means that you have to work by yourself all the time and you wear away.
Right.
Versus if you develop a system, now you've become a business owner where you can actually sell your idea, your product and service, and it can be replicated, it can be duplicated. So that's why systems are so important, but it starts with organization management. It starts with being able to put your concept on paper where other people can read it, understand it, and walk it out. So I definitely enjoy seeing it go from like the beginning to flourishing. I've dealt with mental health providers,
Hmm.
and with those providers, I've seen them go from I have an idea, I want to open a group home, to actually doing that application, and from that application, getting in front of the state, and to be able to not just have a policy and procedure manual, but to be able to articulate like this is my business, this is my heartbeat,
Hmm.
and this is my vision and purpose, and I can explain it. So I teach providers of those agencies how to articulate what is their heart, but I
Got you.
also meet the guidelines of the local, state, and national government.
Got you. Yeah, you wear a lot of different hats. Nothing wrong with that. That's a
I
lot
don't
going
mean
on.
to.
Hey, look, I guess that's why you got the right name, Miss Mo Vibe, because you got to have a vibe to do all that stuff and keep all that stuff in order. Um, I think my specialty is bringing people together, networking
hmm
and managing. Um, I think that's just one of my natural gifts, and I try to utilize that. You know, in the past, you want to chase things that look intangible, financial wise, but like you said, if you're not good at something, you're like, I don't even know if I should be doing it. So
You know,
but I think that's where I specialize at, networking and bringing people together, because I think that's where a lot of people lack. It's like if you do accounting and then someone has a cooking business, okay, those accounting firms going to need people to cater events, things like that. And if
right,
you're cooking, you don't have time to be doing paperwork, accounting. So I try to mesh those two together, so they could work together and bounce off each other, because it keeps a circle of money going. You know what I mean? So
right. That's right.
and then with those two, I would try to find someone that does maintenance, because both of those people are gonna have maintenance. And then the maintenance man, he's gonna need someone that he has to feed, or a client that he wants to impress. So he used the guy that cooks or the lady that cooks, and he has the accountant to do his accounting stuff. And then I just try to put pieces of puzzles together to make one big picture. And I think that's where I'm becoming really efficient at, just allowing people to kind of gravitate to me, and then I kind of mesh them together with other people. And I think that's what we lack in our communities, especially the circle of the keeping the cash, flow in the communities. And
Right,
that's
right.
that's definitely needed.
And I definitely agree, because the other part is you can have a vision all day long, but unless you know how to break that vision down into pieces, um, which I think that if we were having a conversation of equality at this moment, you would definitely fit the bill for the visionary. And then my position in that would be like the person that breaks that vision down into goals. But you
Mhm.
need both people. You need both aspects in order to have a successful business. You
Yeah.
need to be able to focus on what the big picture looks like, but how do you create the big picture? And that is by breaking it down into small pieces to accomplish that. So
hmm
I definitely feel what you're saying.
Right. And also, like I said from the beginning, I humbled myself a long time ago to say I'm not good at that. Let me pay somebody. I mean, because it's just like, with an oil change, it's like, yeah, I could go out there and change my oil. But I'm like, you know what? That's why we have mechanics. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Yeah,
right. That's
I'm
right.
not gonna go out there and say, because I stayed at the Holiday Inn last night, go perform a surgery. You know what I mean? But it's like
Oh no, no, please don't.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, so you guys, this still is the Mo Vibe show, and this is Brick City as well. So whatever time you guys tune in, you're gonna hear both our voices. Um, my show is based off of building strong community, um, allowing artists, well, not artists, authors. I will allow artists later on. I'm trying to get into that genre and music with other people, but just bringing in authors, business owners, trying to create a platform for people that probably typically won't have a platform. Mo, tell us a little bit
Right.
about your show.
My show is relative to issues of today as it pertains to love, relationships, family, money, and business. But a lot of times it ends up being what's popping for the week. So, regardless of whether I'm talking to a little child or an adult, whatever sticks out to me for that week, that show presents that. And right here lately, it's been love and relationships. But we have talked about insurance. We talked about getting your finances straight. And then how to carry yourself to build character, to be able to develop those substantial relationships, because that is important. You need to be able to carry yourself a certain way so that when you do network with people, they have respect for you. So I definitely love what I do. I listen to your show, and you have a lot of guests that have businesses that definitely need the exposure, because a lot of times we don't know what other people do until we hear it or we see it. And if we don't have that platform, then how can that be done? So
Exactly.
I appreciate you allowing me the opportunity to be here. And I'm glad that you are on my show as well. So that allows more exposure for the both of us as we try to impact our communities.
Yeah. And that's what it's all about, collaboration. Um, sometimes it's not about getting into who has the largest Cadillac, who has the
Right,
large,
right,
who has the LS Lexus, or who have the ES Lexus. Sometimes we just gotta say,
right.
hey, we both driving, we both getting from point A to point B,
Exactly.
and just collaborate and allow, just things to run its course, because you know sometimes you might start late in the race and then end up first in the race. It's as long as you're in the race, you're good. And I think that's what a lot of people
You're
feel
good.
like. Well, I'm not in the race. I'm like, yes, you are. Like I said, you're
Mm-hmm.
still in the race.
Right. And definitely building, and what I believe is building stronger individuals build stronger families, and stronger families build stronger communities and businesses. So I definitely am in agreement with, you got to be in the race. As long as you're alive, you in there, and the pace is up to you. You only your biggest
Right.
competition.
Yeah. I mean, because like you said, you have that turtle in the hair. I was watching that cartoon not a couple of nights ago.
You watch
Night
the
Owl.
cartoon,
So I
tell
was watching that
yourself.
cartoon, and it's like, you know, the hair. He was very fast. He was very very
Mhm.
fast, but the turtle was witty in how he did it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah,
Mhm.
the hair. He was killing the turtle, but the turtle was witty enough to say, "Hey, I need help." He called all his little friends
Mhm.
and outsmarted the hare, which was faster, more energetic. He was just naturally built fast. But the turtle said, no, I'm gonna use my brain. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Mhm. That's
and
right.
that's
That's
how we
right.
have to approach things in life and in business, because sometimes we have the hare mentality, but don't have the outcomes that we wanted to achieve, because we're not using, your brain cells as well. You're just looking at fast, fast, fast. Let's think long term and understanding. I think that's what a lot of people don't understand: legacies and wealth. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
not about how much you make while we're here. It's about how much how much we could leave for generations to come. You know?
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you move too fast, you skip steps,
Right.
and unfortunately, you end up falling back down to those steps.
Hmm.
So it's definitely advisable to pace yourself accordingly. I
And also,
definitely know about that life.
right. But also, Mo, I was gonna say, you also, you an event planner, right? You plan events also, right?
That particular area is not wide open.
Uh-huh.
Right now, I have a sister that is getting married in June. And when she asked me, I was like, I don't know about that. But I ended up, I did have a business doing it before, and it took off really nicely. I actually had a caterer, a photographer, but my caterer passed away. And so I kind of diminished that part of the business. However,
Mhm.
my sister, she was like, you can do this. I already know, I know you did it before. And so kind of sticking my feet back in there. But this time it will be growing the business so that I can help train other people. I'm about replication and duplication so that
Right.
I won't wear myself out. But definitely, yes, planning events, business meetings, and things of that sort. Totally enjoy. I love people,
Hmm.
period. So it doesn't really matter to me what I'm doing, as long as I get a chance to see the transformation of I hate to say the ugly or the non-productive to the pretty
Right.
and
Yeah.
the
Just the the process.
productivity.
Yeah.
Yes, I love it. I love it.
Right. I understand. And like I said, I'm the total opposite. I want to be in the background. I don't want to be seen. I just want to. I just y'all do what y'all do. I'll stay over here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need my help.
Mhm.
I'm in the corner.
See, but you be still making stuff happen though. From the corner, in the background, you still making
Oh
stuff
yeah, yeah,
happen.
yeah. Like I said, I'm not saying I don't make make some moves here and there, but like I said, I don't have to be in that forefront. And I think this right here has definitely opened up a lot about myself because of being a personality on the radio. This has definitely
Mhm.
took me to a new realm of my life. That I probably would have never have embarked on unless someone had gave me this opportunity. But like I said, this still isn't about me. It's about helping others. So I think that's why I'm having
Gotcha.
a decent success doing it.
And you do have a big heart. I've been knowing you for a long time, and you've been a person from the background for a long time. But even in the background, you were making stuff happen for other people. So I definitely commend you, and the community needs to know that about you. Because if I'm not mistaken, Army veteran, author, what else you got going on, Mr.
That's about.
Background?
That's all. That's all. That's it. That's
Radio
all.
personality,
Nothing more.
father,
Nothing more.
grandfather.
Yeah,
Uh
that's
huh.
it. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's a
Speaking of
blessing
being a
to be a
parent,
blessing.
I'm gonna shout out my daughter right now. I have a daughter that's close to my name, and she tried to get me with the Bruno
Uh huh.
Mars. She tried to get me with the Bruno Mars thing this morning. I'm like, are you serious? Yeah, so I'm gonna shout her out for trying to get me with the prank today, and I'm like, I got you. I just want to shout her out real quick, but
And so you're not gonna call her name, but she'll
well,
definitely
look,
know that you talk
her name
about
is
her.
close to mine, so out of my
Okay.
kids, she gonna
Okay.
figure it out because I only had two daughters. Well, look, both of them have my
Okay.
name similar, but she has my first name, so yeah, my other daughter has my
Oh,
middle name.
uh-huh.
Yeah, so but yeah, she tried to get me.
That is hilarious.
But Lady Mo, we getting a little short on time. So I
Okay.
know what I like to do on my show. I like to drop a little nugget to the listeners, just either life, business, relationship. You can hit all three if you want, because we got about 4 or 5 minutes left.
Okay.
Don't get quiet on me now.
I will say, I will say, regardless of which way life turns you, don't let it affect how you love, and don't let it shut down your business. Because business always needs to be handled, whether it's your kids, whether it's your money, whether it's your job. Business goes on regardless of what's going on in life. So you got to maintain focus. You have to maintain stamina. You have to continue to be motivated, and you can't let anything or anybody shut you down. If you are moving forward and something trying to push you backwards, push even harder. That's what I would like to say.
Got you. That sums it up. That sums it up. Keep fighting. That's my
Keep
whole
fighting.
thing. That's my whole thing. It's like, as long as you continue to fight, you win the fight. Once you start throwing up the
That's
yellow,
right.
look, throwing up the yellow and the white flag, you're like, you gave up. You don't want to give up.
Mhm. Mhm.
You don't want to give up, and keep
That's
keep
right.
keep the pedal to the metal.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but like I said, I appreciate this collaboration. We're gonna have to do it again in the near future. I know your show airs. Oh yeah, go ahead and shout out how people could follow you for my listeners, and then I'll do the same after you do yours.
Okay. Well, I am on Instagram as Andrea.m.green. I'm also on YouTube as Lady Mo. I'm also on Facebook as Monique MOVYBE. That's MOVYB as in boy E. Monique MOVYBE Green. And also, if you would like to be on my show, you can mail in or email me at amgreen5 or P.O. Box 142, Brownsville, North Carolina 27837.
Cool. Yeah, you make sure they get in contact with you. I keep mine simple. I'm the real Charlemagne, and that's a Charlemagne with the E, not an A like the other personality. It is the real Charlemagne on all platforms: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Clubhouse. On Facebook, I have a fan page, which is Bricks City, BRICKS City. Make sure you follow those, me on those platforms. I'm also on TikTok. Don't judge me for some of the videos you might see on TikTok. It's only entertainment, people. It's only entertainment. So don't judge me for those. You're gonna get a good laugh. But you see Lady Mo's laughing already. But yeah, that's me on all platforms. I'm on Clubhouse as well. So if you're interested in starting a room, or you want me to speak in your room, reach out. I'm game for that. We could collaborate. So inbox me, if you're interested in being on the show, if you have a product, service that you want to get out to the general public, just reach out to me. Anything else, Mo? We got about 30 seconds left.
Oh no, I just want to say it's been fun. It's been real. And yes, let's do it again. So I hope everybody tunes in again. I am on I am on WDRB Media. Thank you. Where it is double the information and double the inspiration. We air Saturday morning at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So hope to see you there. And Charlemagne, your show is at what time?
12 noon Eastern Standard Time. Brick City. We got the Go-Go starting the show off with the late great Chuck Brown from Gaston, North Carolina. Or DC people don't like hearing that, but he's from North Carolina. That's where he was born. So that's what we claim. Even though, I got the DC vibe as well. But yeah, so I appreciate you guys. I appreciate this opportunity, Lady Mo. And I'm signing off. I'll let you go ahead and do your sign off, but I'm out. I'm done.
I'm out too. Peace. And all I got to say is don't make nobody else day a bad day. Keep it great. Peace out.
Darling, I care for you more than my own self. Darling, I'll share with you all goodness and wealth. Said we can have just one night, or we can have one whole life if we play it cool. Yeah, we can have that one thing, or we can have everything if our hearts are true. Girl, slow down. Girl, let me love you. Darling, slow down. Let me get to know you.
Baby, I've been fantasizing, just looking in your eyes. You know I'm looking for more, and you're what I've been